All right, back here on SportsLine. Let's get back now, as our phone lines do remain open, 737-776-72. That incredible finish yesterday at the PGA Championship down at Southern Hills in Tulsa. Mito Pereira had played so well. He had the 3-shot lead going into the final round. Excuse me. And had to deal with the nerves of that. And we've seen so many guys on the precipice of that breakthrough win struggle with that over the years. The pressure gets to you. It has got to be the loneliest feeling in the world to be out there on the golf course with thousands watching you in person, millions watching you around the world with a major championship on your club. And Pereira is a guy that I think has had some mental issues throughout the course of his career in terms of just managing the pressure and the expectations of things. And he got to 17, and he'd done a good job all day. He fended off Will Zalatoris earlier. He managed to stay in front of JT, who shot a 67 and really rocketed up the leaderboard. He put himself in position, and he hit a great putt, an absolutely great putt at 17, that if it spins one more rotation, it goes in for birdie. And he's got a 2-shot lead going to the 18th. And that maybe changes everything. But historically, the 18th at Southern Hills, this is now the 8th major championship at Southern Hills. The leader going to the 72nd hole on Sunday has only had par or better twice in 8 times. It is a very difficult hole. It is a very difficult hole to putt out on. And I think Mito made the tactical mistake of going driver off the start. I mean, it was too big of a club. He didn't swing it well. He didn't swing it confidently, and he ends up way right. He ends up in the water hazard. He's got a drop. And then from there, it felt like he just knew it was going to go away. Everything after that felt like it was rushed and like, oh my gosh, am I really blowing this? You got to find a way in that moment to rebalance yourself. Get centered and take your time. Everyone will wait on you at that point, for sure. And he just couldn't do it. And he ends up going double bogey from -6 to -4 and completely out of the playoff. Meanwhile, Will Zalatoris watched all that and said, just be solid. He's in a whole bunch of mess. If I can just be solid, get to par, -5 is going to be good enough to play more golf here. And then obviously Justin Thomas's 67 was as well. So those guys go out there. Thomas, who had a 1.2% chance to win the PGA Championship going into Sunday down by 7 shots, comes out, and then in the playoff, after sitting there for a while to wait for all this, not even sure if he'd have the opportunity, comes out and goes birdie, birdie, par to beat Zalatoris by a shot in the 3-hole playoff. And now he is a 2-time PGA champion and 2-time major winner. Our big golf winner, Virgil Herring, with us on Electric Power Company's Sunday Sports Central last night to talk about the incredible comeback from Justin Thomas and what went wrong for Mito Pereira.
We bring in our golf guru, our analyst, Virgil Herring now. Virg, Justin Thomas started the day with a 1.2% chance to win, but he battled and clawed into a playoff, and he wins the PGA. How did he do it?
Well, he did it with some clutch putting down the stretch. He hit a great shot on 17 to get it real close to Garrett in the bunker, got up and down for the birdie, and then when everybody started to fall apart, somebody with a lot of experience in major championships was there to collect the victory.
Yeah, you talk about experience. JT won the PGA and then the FedEx Cup back in 2017. What does a second major do for his profile going forward?
Well, he's certainly one of the 5 best players in golf. But we've been waiting, kind of similar to Rory. You know, it's been such a long time, 5 years. And it's like it's hard to get that second one. But when you get that second one, he can start to rattle them off. And he's got the game. He could really put together a nice string of tournaments coming up for sure.
He's got some lasting power. He certainly earned the win. But what the heck happened to Mito Pereira? It looked like he was cruising along, but that double bogey on 18 cost him a major title. How do you think this affects him going forward?
Well, I think there's interesting. They made an interesting statement. Joaquin Neiman, who is best friends of his from Chile, said that he quit playing golf for 2 years in his youth. And that's usually a sign of somebody who struggles with the expectations of, you know, winning, right? So him not performing well this time around, it's going to be interesting because it looks like it's kind of impacted him negatively in the past. Let's hope he really showed some class by speaking to the media afterward. Let's hope it doesn't have that long-lasting effect that we've known that it can have when people kind of feel like they give away a major championship like he did today.
Well, no Tiger or no Phil, but still an exciting finish at this year's PGA Championship. Virgil's back with us a little bit later in the show for more analysis.
Definitely a shot in the arm for Justin Thomas. I think it's a boost for Will Zalatoris to be in a playoff like that. He's shown the ability to be there on Sundays at the majors. I think that's huge for him going forward. And for Mito Pereira, you do just hope that he's able to shake this one off and come back, because I think he's talented. I think the game is there to play at this level. But you got to be able to mentally be stronger than what he was down the stretch Sunday. And now you got to be mentally strong enough to shake off that disappointment as well. John alluded to it there. Tiger Woods withdrawing for the first time ever at a major championship over the weekend because of the pain. That, I think, is unfortunately going to be a recurring theme as we move forward with Tiger. And then you got Phil Mickelson not there because of some comments he made. He's in a lot of controversial waters right now because he's talked about going to play in the Saudi Tour to cash in monetarily over there. Other people obviously want him to stay here and play here. It'll be fascinating to see how all that plays out. But this weekend, it meant that the PGA Championship didn't have its defending champion there. Just one of the few times that's ever happened. And in particular, one of the most popular guys on tour in Lefty. And so I had the chance to ask Virgil about what we can expect moving forward with those two great stars. Back with Virgil now, and one of the Sunday subplots was Tiger Woods withdrawing from a major for the first time in his career. Virgil, he was clearly in pain out there and struggled to a 79 on Saturday. This is now two majors that miraculously he's been able to tee it up, but considering the injuries from the accident, is this what we just have to expect now? Or for Tiger fans out there, can they have some hope that there's a magical weekend in the future somewhere?
Well, we got to think that there's hope, because if he wins a U.S. Open on a broken leg and a torn ACL, and then he comes back from all the debacles that he came through to win in the Masters in 2019, there's hope. But at every time that he has one of these fall aparts, you know, he hurt himself going into a bunker in his practice session. And it's the bad knee that really bothered him more so than it was the accident-prone leg. But he definitely was struggling. The cold weather is really difficult on him as well. So let's just hope that the Open Championship, he's back and well, and it's not too cold. But it's just the way it is. Cold weather and hilly walks probably aren't a good recipe for Tiger Woods.
We know he's had St. Andrews circled on his calendar, that's for sure. The other storyline for the week was Phil Mickelson becoming just the 5th major champ since 1960 not to defend his title. Lefty's taken some time off after some recent controversial comments about the tour. Considering how special it was a year ago for him to win at age 50 and what the scene would have been like this week in Tulsa had he gone, did he make the right call?
Well, we don't even really know, because there's probably more plot to this story than we're able to see. But I would hope that he kind of makes the decision that's best for his legacy and his history. It seems like there might be some financial issues that are drawing him toward the Saudi Arabian Golf League, the Live Golf League. But his legacy is on the PGA Tour, and I'd hate to see him mess this up chasing, dollars.